Hey Jackie, hey Cameron. So today I want to talk about some of my favorite quotes. Some of these I know who the quote came from. I've got that written down. Some of them I don't. So that's a bummer for those ones. My first quote, never try to predict the end of the world. You're almost certain to be wrong. And even if you're right, no one will be around to congratulate you. That one's John Green. It's called The American Dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. George Carlin. There's no shame in not knowing things. The only shame is to pretend that you know everything. Richard Feynman. If my critics saw me walking on water, they would say it's because I can't swim. Margaret Thatcher. And then the next one is a Hank Green one that he had gotten from somebody else, and I don't remember who he got it from, so oh well. Tonight, we faced on the labor of centuries. And that one I think is really interesting because it definitely draws in the idea that like, our existence, the life that we live, and the reason that we're able to be like so productive and so intelligent and all of that as people isn't something like super inherent to just like we are smart because we're humans, so much as it's our ability to work together, not only with the other humans that exist now, but also with the humans that have existed for centuries or millennia. Everything that we do and think and learn and use and all of it now is based on the inventions, the knowledge, the learning, and the teaching of centuries and millennia of people laying the groundwork. If you want to be more creative, be less productive. Which this one makes a lot of sense to me. It's like if you want to be able to think of things, you got to give your brain space to think. You got to not be doing stuff. You got to allow yourself to be bored. This one really hit me. It was, if we cannot live in a principled society, there can be no civilization. Which, yes. This is like one of my biggest gripes with like people in today's current political climate is everybody's got like their ideas and their like policy positions, but there's almost like now there's very little principle that underlies that. And I feel like principle needs to be the foundation on which you build these ideas, and we've lost that piece, and you can tell. Good takes are almost never immediate ones. We've got a series of quotes from the Anthropocene Reviewed, which I absolutely love and highly recommend. John Green wrote it. These are all John Green quotes. We are at once far too powerful and not nearly powerful enough. We are powerful enough to radically reshape Earth's climate and biodiversity, but not powerful enough to choose how we reshape them. Anyway, for anyone trying to discern what to do with their life, pay attention to what you pay attention to. That's pretty much all the info you need. In this world, you must be oh so smart or oh so pleasant. Well, for years I was smart. I recommend pleasant. And this last one was Trevor Noah in a recent interview. I forgot who the interview was with. You shouldn't worry about criticism from somebody you would never ask for advice from. And this one, again, hits close to home because I'm constantly like afraid to try new things, afraid to like go out and like do new things, to do things like in front of people in general because I don't want people looking at me and judging me. And it's like, who cares? When people are saying like, nobody's paying attention to you, like they're living their own lives, nobody sees you messing up, like that's never been that like satisfying to me. Like that's never given me solace being like, well, everybody's living their own lives, so if I appear to be a fool, nobody's going to see me and judge me because like they still do. I see people and judge them. I shouldn't. You're not supposed to do that, but I know people do because I've got experience doing that myself. And if I do it, I know other people are going to do it. And so like that's never been, but like it's very easy for me to be like, I wouldn't ask that person how to do the thing that I'm doing. Why would I care what they think? Because I shouldn't. And if I do care what they think, that means that I would ask them for advice. And maybe I should just ask them for advice because they're there and clearly they're the expert here and I'm not. That's why I'm struggling. Don't listen to criticism from people you wouldn't ask for advice from. Like, duh. Anyway, that's the end of my quotes today. See you next week.